Good evening. We present the news summary. Today is International Mother Language Day, and for the occasion, the Seychelles Creole Academy launched a Creole course. The course was launched by the Executive Director of the Academy, Flora Ben-David, at the National Theatre at Montfleury this morning. During the ceremony, all primary, secondary, private, and post-secondary schools received monolingual Creole Seychellois dictionaries and books. The University of Seychelles, in collaboration with the Aix-Marseille University, has today launched their new course of trilingual master's degree. The ceremony was held at the Ansoyal Theatre this morning. Mastery course is all about the 3 national languages that we used in Seychelles. Present at the ceremony was the French ambassador to Seychelles, Olivia Buckley-Christman, and other professors from the University of Seychelles and from Reunion University. Dr. Sibyl Kriegel stated that the course will bring lots of opportunities to the Seychellois students and give them the chance to learn and speak French more easily. La Retraite Primary School received various new equipment from the National Arts and Crafts Council, NECC, this morning. This was during the launching of NECC's new art club to mark International Mother Language Day. The students displayed different forms of art at the ceremony. Seychelles has been removed from the European Union's list of non-cooperative jurisdiction for the tax purposes. Seychelles was put onto the list in October last year due to the inability to submit certain documents pertaining to a registered agency who left the country with all their documents in 2019. In December last year, the government submitted a request for a supplementary review on the implementation of the standard of transparency and exchange of information on request. The review has been approved.
We submitted another request for supplementary review to OECD in December, and this was accepted by the PRG peer review group of OECD in early February, and this is where they submitted their case to EU to remove Seychelles on the EU blacklist to be incorporated on the EU grey list. So the supplementary review will be undertaken, will start in the first quarter of 2025, and we expect to complete the process hopefully by the end of 2025 or early 2026.
The Central Bank of Seychelles is inviting members of the public to comment on amendments being proposed to the National Payment System Regulation 2014. The regulation guides the granting of payment service provider licenses and authorization to operate payment, clearing, and securities systems. The public can access the document on the Central Bank's website. The amendments are being considered in view of certain deficiencies observed by the Central Bank in administering the regulation, with increasing development occurring within the payment system landscape.
Some of the main amendments that we are proposing is firstly adding criteria that will provide CBS with greater tools and discretion when considering an application. We find it critical given the associated risk and adverse implications that failure to meet the set criteria might have on the economy. We also we are also proposing to include certain provisions in both the regulation as well as the Securities Act 2007 that will require applicants to ensure that when they apply for a license with FSA and an authorization with CBS, same is done simultaneously. We are also proposing to extend the time frame for the relevant authorities concerned for when they assess a complete application for authorization to operate a PCSS or a license to serve as a payment service provider. We also proposing to establish a standardized approach for the licensing regime and alleviating certain regulatory impediments regarding existing payment service providers wishing to expand the scope of payment services that they are currently offering locally. The public that wish to have further information or details with regards to the consultation paper, it can be accessed on the CBS website. And any comments, suggestions, feedback can be submitted via email on financialregulation@cbs.sc, but no later than February 29, 2024.
SBC is proposing to reduce airtime granted to political parties from 13 minutes to 6. The decision was taken during a meeting the broadcaster held with representatives from the various political parties at Hermitage yesterday. Among other topics discussed were news reports of political rallies held outside election time and messages the parties sent to mark the different international days. SBC's CEO, Bernard Dupré, said holding such meetings was crucial for both sides to discuss these issues and to come to an understanding as to how to better inform the public in these programs. He also said that SBC will take all points raised in the meeting into consideration and will announce its decision later. And this was the news summary. Thank you for your attention.